Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be tying the Bunny Sculpin. It's a very effective pattern for trout and bass on streams and rivers. It's very quick, very simple. Consists of 3 materials: cross-cut rabbit strips, regular cut rabbit strips, and a fish skull sculpin helmet. That's really all there is to it. I just use thread to match whatever color I'm doing. Usually I use the UTC 140 denier. So let's get started. Okay, to start this fly and the vise, I have a Gamakatsu B10S size 2 stinger hook. And I'm going to be using 140 denier thread in the rusty brown color. I'll go ahead and get started here. Lay down a thread base. I come slightly past the hook point, then wrap back just a little bit to in front of the hook point. Next, I'm going to take a gold variant rabbit strip, and with this fly I do 3 different colors. I do olive variant, the gold variant, which I'm doing now, and black. And this will be the regular rabbit strip, the regular cut. And what I do is I take, and I want to get this fur off about a 1/2 inch of that strip, because I'm going to use this as my tie-in point. I'm going to turn it upside down. Oh, another thing about the fur, you want to make sure that it's going back towards the bend of the hook. So your fur goes this way. I'm going to take the strip, turn it upside down, and where I stopped the stripping part of the fur is where I'm going to tie it in at. Right on top of the hook. Try to keep that on top. And then you're going to want to take and end your thread back where you tied in your rabbit strip at. And next I'm going to take, and on my vise I have a spot figured out. It's at the very edge of the camera here, where I'm going to take and cut a V out of that rabbit strip. Next, I'm going to take a cross-cut section of rabbit strip, and some of these you get where they're kind of thin. Like right here is pretty thin. I don't typically use those just because it adds more bulk into your body of your fly. And then you're going to do the same thing with this rabbit strip. Take about a 1/2 inch of fur off. And you want the fur to try to be going back towards your bend of your hook. Go ahead and tie that in, same exact way. And then you're going to want to stop about 1/8 of an inch or a little more from your eye of your hook. You're going to want to take and palmer this. Somewhat touching wraps. I'm going to stop right there. Go ahead and capture my rabbit strip. Go ahead and tie it off. Now there is a big difference between, and this is what I don't like about ordering online. There's a huge difference between the colors of these. The gold variant isn't really a gold variant. This one here, you can see a lot of darker feather, or I'm sorry, darker fur. This one's all light. And I do mark this fly with a Sharpie on the top, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. Okay, next I'm going to try to build this up somewhat, because your sculpin helmet's going to sit on this right here. Go ahead and whip finish this. Now, if you have a rotary vise, this works pretty well. If not, all you have to do is just flip your hook so the hook points up. But now it'll be like this. And those feathers, I'm sorry, those hairs sticking out here, that don't matter. Now this fish skull helmet is a size medium, I believe. Small. I believe it's a small. They only make extra small, small, and large. And I've already put the eyes on it. I don't typically put the eyes on, only because they fall off anyway at some point. I don't really think the fish care. But I'm going to take some super glue. Go around the head. You just take that fish skull helmet with the open end. Just slide it right on there. You want to make sure you're exposing your eye, like such. And make sure it's straight. Then you come back in with your thread again and just create a head right in front of that helmet. That way it can't slide off. Next, I take Solares bone and a UV light, and I go over top of the head. Just a little more security for them eyes, even though it really doesn't matter. I think it's more security for the thread. Take and hit it with a UV light. And that's pretty much the fly, except for I'll take a brown Sharpie and I'll just put 3 lines hard to do on camera. Something like that. When you get them rabbit strips that don't match up color-wise, this kind of breaks it up a little bit. And then for the olive variant one, I will use black for the markings on the rabbit strip. And that is my variation of the Bunny Sculpin. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, comment, and we'll look forward to you on the next one. Thank you.